All right, so we're diving in again today, and we're looking at those Canadian tourist and visitor visa processing times. We've got an update here, so
Yeah,
let's try to make sense of all this for our listeners so they're not, left in the dark,
absolutely.
especially if they're planning a trip up north or maybe expecting visitors from out of the country.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, think of this as like your cheat sheet, okay?
mm-hmm.
To really get a handle on what this new info is saying,
Yeah.
about how long those applications are actually taking.
Okay, perfect. So should we just jump right in?
Let's do it.
Okay. So one thing that kind of jumps out at me from this update is that these processing times are like, well, they're not set in stone, are they?
Right. It's not like you just submit and boom, you know? There are so many moving parts in this whole system.
Right.
Like, think about it. The number of applications going in, it's always going up and down.
Oh, for sure.
And then sometimes you get like a ton of applications from one specific place, and that can like throw the whole system off.
Makes sense.
So this update, it's like a snapshot,
Yeah.
of what's happening right now.
A snapshot. I like that. So it's like it gives us a good idea of where things are at right now,
Exactly.
but it could all change like tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. That's why, we're going over this update to give you like a good overview.
Right.
But the official Government of Canada website, that's like your Bible,
So this update, it's like our take, but the official website is the real deal.
The reslice.
Like the source of truth.
And, this is something to think about for everyone out there.
Right.
Okay. This is the bigger picture. When you're planning anything international, right, whether you're the one traveling or you're the one waiting for someone to visit, you got to factor in these processing times, and they can change.
So be prepared to be flexible.
Exactly.
So bottom line on this update, Canadian visitor visa processing, it's unpredictable, folks.
You got it.
This update, it's like our best guess at the moment based on what we've got.
And again and again and again, always, always double check the official Government of Canada website.
Yeah. Can't emphasize that enough.
That's your go-to spot.
It is. And you know what? This whole thing, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Like these processing times, they can really affect people's lives.
Absolutely.
Like their plans, their whole world sometimes.
It can be a huge deal.
It can. And it makes me wonder, are there people out there watching these changes like really closely?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
And are there like, resources for folks who need that like super up to the minute tracking?
You know what? That's a great question. And here's something for you to chew on. Okay. If this stuff is like super important for you, like you're always dealing with visas and travel and timelines and all that, it might be worth poking around online a bit, See if you can find any forums or websites where people are sharing their experiences with visa processing, like real-time stuff.
Yeah.
It might not be official, but hey,
Yeah.
it could give you some extra insights alongside those government updates.
Always good to have more information, right?
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
Well, on that note, I think we've pretty much covered it, right?
I think we've done a pretty good job.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, and we'll see you next time.